Howdy doody. Happy Tuesday. Children! Laughing at duty. Well, I hope everyone had a good long weekend, or just weekend in general. Next. It's pretty neutrals and open lines. That's good. I feel about the same. You did finish something though? What'd you finish? Nice. Up to you. Whatever's easier for you. Nice! Yarn demons. He looks so good. I love his little spider dangle. Little boogie. Little boogie baby. Glowing under the black light. Very nice. It's perfectly dangly and gettable. It's everything a cat could want in a toy that's not actually his toy. What? This isn't for me and my toy, therefore infinitely more exciting. I am so exhausted. Pumpkaboo is assembled. Woo! How much effort you want to put into the face detail? Yeah. You just got to think of how much you'll want to put in at the end of it. Like, once you're done with the details, are you going to be like, I can't believe I have to do a little bit more? Because I signed up to do intense detail and now I'm hating everything. Nevin. Two. Three. Tried to rearrange and condense my yarn, fully forgetting that I had some that was like in use everywhere. I'm a little annoyed with myself about it. I signed up for text message alerts for delivery and it's being a little weird. But hopefully the parts I'm missing for the sticker cutter machine thingy will get here today. And then I can add that to my to-do list. Learn how to use that. Keeping my eye out for package 2. I never used, I'd keep my eye out for packages because I was, excited about the stuff. But now I'm like, also, don't leave shit on my porch. I've had a porch pirate, and now I'm like, arr. You mine. Back off. What is your package? I don't trust the neighbors. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is the reality. Oh. Hand cramps working on stuff so small. So a figure made from scratch and casted. Apparently there's secret extras too. Well, that's a very exciting package. Yeah, that'd have me just sitting at the window. Sitting at the porch, being like, alright, just hand it to me, postman. Thanks. Space Marine model after this dude? Oh, that's so cool! Yeah, cool shit coming. I do not need the amount of scissors that I have. Space Marine. This is really old wire I found in a random bin. We'll see how well it works. Small, just a pumpkin head? Oh, heck. That sounds so perfect and wonderful. Oh. Mm. Usually I only stick with wire. I don't actually know how to... Well, that's not true. I do. I don't know if I want to do what I think I have to do to get it to stay in the stuffy. Is really the shtick. A year? Oh, dang. It's crazy awesome. So you're at the point of like, this can't be happening, but like in a good way. This can't be happening. It can't actually be at my house now. That's crazy. Why am I going so hard with this and adding wire to them? I don't know. There we go. There we go. That's better. Especially with the distance. Yeah, for real. And guess what? It's out for delivery today. It didn't get stuck in customs! Oh, lordy. Ow. We were literally just talking about how you can't entirely trust shipping information because, like, my package was, like, literally ordered it Thursday or Friday. I think Friday. And so for the whole weekend, because it was a holiday weekend, it just said package waiting to be accepted by carrier facility, which means they've printed the label, but the carriers have to actually, like, double check the weight and make sure you're not, you know, doing what I did, which is accidentally trying to ship something that is not media by media mail or, you know, something similar. And then all of a sudden the next update I get is, it's out for delivery. Like, oh, well, thanks. I didn't know it was ever accepted or on its way from Utah. Gastrodon! Look at that cute little slug. Mud slug. Nope, don't know where I'm typing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh. I'll have a tab open that's... That's a Pokeball buying tab. Hold on. There you go. Okay, what was this? I don't know what... I, honest to God, don't know what comment you're trying to say that needs follow-up on there, Meta. Or what notification needs followed up. Because if it's this one where they mention me in a comment, I don't want to follow up on it. Because somebody tagged me in one of the, in one of the AI-created giant, crochet animals. And I don't want to like it because I don't like that. I don't want to reply and be like, wow, this is a really cool AI art. If you want an actual artist who does this, here's, you know, the name of somebody who does giant work stuff. And then I just feel like a giant ass with every option that I have for that. So I'd prefer not to get a text message or notification every couple of days. It's like, hey, you never followed up on this. Like, fuck off. Don't tell me how to run my business. I won't respond to stuff if I don't want to. Anyway. Sorry about the side rant. I'm just a little annoyed. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we'll do one, so it'll... Did have a bit of a sad. Oh, no. No sad. Why sad? Six. I was at flea market, so I did some hunting. Uh-huh. Oh, is the closest one, like, really far or something? Getting my saltine is impossible? Oh. I mean, yes and no. If it's a giant fair that everybody knows about, because we have one that's like 600 vendors or something. But because people know it's so big, more people attend because they know there'll be lots of stuff there. So it's like a big draw. And then the event itself has money to spend on advertising and stuff. So it kind of evens out that way, but I feel the vibe. Yeah. Rumor performance from May to September? Yeah. I mean, it's a longer term one, so... How are you... Did you check with, like, high schools? Because I've seen $30 to $55 a day. That's not too bad. That's, at least, you know, obviously, depending on where you are, prices for stuff different. But yeah, most of the fairs I do are about $50 to $60 a day. Because it's either... Well, actually, what did I pay for the one I just did? I think I paid like $80 for one day. But I'm also the only... It's a smaller one, and I'm the only crocheter that's going to be there. But yeah, fairs are... The worst part of fairs is fucking finding one, I swear. But if you haven't, I would definitely try to check with, like, booster clubs or high schools. Craft only really have more established businesses. That's stupid. The whole point of a craft fair is, like, local artisans. Fuck you, leaf cutter. Get out of my high school vendor fairs. Closed in 2017. Aw! That's kind of a pisser, because, like, how are you supposed to even become an established business unless you have access to that stuff? If it's possible to do, like, a tent for a day or something, I'd see about giving it a try, but I know that $30 to $55 is a lot to just kind of throw at something. Just in a cruddy area. That sucks. What a bummer. Hopefully, I've noticed at least a shift. Granted, I'm in Small Business Central. So I'm hoping it is true for everywhere, but it seems like there's a lot more of a turn to small businesses and stuff, so... Oh gosh, he's got a bubble. That looked gross. At a cost of that, yeah. Yeah, I just got a canopy, and it's hard because, like, I needed one, but I don't know if I would have felt comfortable getting one unless we were also doing other stuff that I needed it for. Yeah. God, there's shit everywhere. Literally! Anyway. Yeah, the startup cost... I love people who are like, oh, just... Like, I kind of said it. I did kind of say it. But I also am more understanding of the fact that there is a lot of startup stuff if you don't just happen to have a friend that has it or stuff like that. Simple things to make for it and all that, yeah. I mean... Could try just a straight up garage sale. I'd be like, yeah, I didn't make this stuff, just needed it out of my house. Ooh. Yeah, annoying. I'm only allowed to have 2 of those a year. Yee. But can you do it for an entire weekend? I meant to do a foundationless stuff so I could loop it back around better. Then you just do one on the big 3-day weekends where people are driving around looking for that sort of stuff. Yeah, I was watching some market video and they're like, oh, just use what you have. And I'm like, that's a great concept. But before I ever intentionally bought like tables, I would have had a little 2 foot by 2 foot one. And that would have been it. 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. The slopes down the side racks, so it's a bit hard to set out anything up there. Yeah. That sucks. What on earth am I trying to do? That's... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to block off the sidewalk or nothing. What a pisser. Revive my Instagram or something. Yeah, especially if you want to try to like sell stuff. I know Instagram Shop is getting better. Because I know I just set up so you can buy from me directly through Facebook and Instagram. I tried to set it up before, but when I said I have a 0-day return policy, it was like, I don't know what that means. In a proper value, cannot set up. But Facebook changed their rules where you can only use Facebook Pay or something if you sell through Facebook. So it's like, fine. I'll try again. And I said 0-day return, and it actually worked, so. Yes. I was thinking Etsy, but they take like a 6% cut, and I have no idea the mechanics behind it. They take like a 6% cut. It's 20 cents to list anything, and if somebody bought something through an ad program, which you can't unsign up for, they take an additional advertising fee out of it. So I'm going to list my patterns for sale on Etsy at like $5 a pattern with a little note that says this is cheaper through my website. Because I want reach, and if you make me deal with your stupid bullshit, I'll play the stupid bullshit game. Etsy. Yeah, their fee system is insane. And there's a whole bunch of like hidden, not hidden stuff. Where it's like not hidden because you can find it, but you have to know how to look for it. And that's basically the whole reason I have my own website at this point, is because I looked at Etsy and went, well, that place is fucked. Which I wish wasn't true, because people like impulse buy through Etsy and like they browse Etsy. And so I'm like, I'll put my patterns up there because that's a cost I can kind of even out, but I can't list physical objects through there. I can't do it. Yes, it is absolutely on you. You can put up shipping rates, I think, and like set up that stuff, but it's all on you. Etsy's just a listing site that takes a whole bunch of fees. They don't actually do anything. I think you can order postage through Etsy, but depending on your local post office, maybe they have a program where you can say, hey, I have a package for pickup. But the guy that comes to our house just has his little side bag, so I'm like, eh. Yeah. I've thought about like a guerrilla marketing tactic, which now that I have a sticker printer, is a little bit, or cutter at least. It's not a printer. I think it just cuts. But the door is starting to open for like a guerrilla marketing technique where I just put stickers everywhere or posters advertising myself. That was my thought the other day, because we saw stickers for a clothing company, and the stickers of themselves were branded appropriately. If you went to their website, it made sense, but on its own, without knowing the brand, I was like, what is this weird ghost friends apparel thing? So that's why I was like, shit, that worked. You make people curious. It works. Yeah, I gotta get a banner for my booth at this point. That's a worthy upgrade, which means I have to figure out like a brand aesthetic. Yuck. How am I going to sew this on good? I'm like one of three crocheters in a sea of mini painters. So I got to knit. Yeah. Yeah, when I go to fairs anymore, I'm trying. I'm like so introverted and anxious. When I see other people selling crochet stuff, I'm trying to get over the like attitude of it and just talk to them. $100 for a box of minis? Yeah. Easy. Easy. So you know they got the cash to spend. But yeah, like I got my little cubby there stuffed with stuff other people have made, because I'm like, I gotta boys support boys. Bring us, everybody supporting everybody vibe to it. I should probably be stuffing this so it keeps its round shape, shouldn't I? That is way more stuffing than I needed, but whatever. Whatever. Yeah. It's true. Might not have anything left to spend. And so the people that are like, you charge what? Right? I charge more than Walmart because it's handmade and I'm not a slave in a foreign country. So I charge more than slave labor. Come on. I know, I should have been doing this more better, but me. I'm super grateful that I've never yet had that issue. I've seen people like not roll their eyes, but kind of be like, "Oh, I'd love to buy," like have a face that's like super excited about something, pick it up, see the price tag, and then go, like that's just out of my budget kind of thing. But they don't say anything to me, so I feel like it's more them analyzing their budget than like any negativity toward me. But I have had other people that make stuff look at my prices and go, "Gosh, I wish I had the guts to charge that." I'm like, "Well, fucking do it." I don't. That's one I don't understand. I'm like, charge what you're worth. If everybody does it, it evens out, and we all benefit. Rather than going, oh, my friend will make that for so much cheaper. Like, well, then you're taking advantage of your friend. Or like, whatever. It's weird. Handcraft pricing is weird. Right? Right. So I love my little spreadsheet that helps tally up like the supplies cost of everything. It's kind of annoying to have to weigh my yarn and then go, oh, I used this many grams, which means this many yards, and then put that into it. It can get tedious. And it's terrible when I make something that I think is really great, and then it tells me that I'd have to charge like $40 to make a profit, and I'm like, no, that's out of the range. Nobody's spending $40 on that. I'll try it with the one, but they've seen the TikToks that are made like that, where the people go, step 1, gather supplies, and with a little bit of magic, poof, ka-chow. Finished object. Like, no, this made me sit down and take hours of my life. Which I have gotten. I've never gotten the price thing, but I've gotten the hours thing, where people look at stuff and they're like, wow, this is so good. Yeah. Like, I love it because it's kind of funny and silly, but I do worry about the loss of translation for people who don't truly understand the joke of it. Yeah, I've gotten people that'll look at stuff and be like, wow, how long did this take you? And it's a quick thing, and I answer, oh, it probably only took about 2 hours. And they're like, 2 hours and you're charging $30 for it? And there's like a misstep in their brain about it. Or they're like, wow, that didn't take you long at all. You must be so fast. Those are great. And then they have just a pile of stuff. I've seen somebody with a rolling cart that was stuffed. And then I've had people that are like, how long did this take you? And I'm like, oh, it probably took a good, 15 hours, Like, I'm never doing it again because it took so long. And they're like, oh, that doesn't seem right. Why did they say this took them that long? Because all the little details, or all the sewing, or, Somebody asked me that about a blanket that I'd made. The blanket that I made. They were like, how long did this take you? And I was like, I didn't time myself, but it probably about 2 months. And they're like, yeah. I don't know what you expected, but I could tell that was not it. Usually using the blanket yarn too. Right. I'm like, gosh. Part of me thinks it would be great. Just make my stuff with blanket yarn, make a bunch of tiny stuff, and then charge the same price for it. But the other part of me hates blanket yarn. Or maybe that stuff hates me. I don't know. But some people can get it where their stuff looks really cute. Mine looks disproportionate. And the amount of times I'm working with blanket yarn, and it just strips itself of all the fuzz, and then I'm just left with that little tiny thread that was supposed to sew the blanket part of it together. Like, this is not... Nothing has made me relate to Tiger King guy when I was working on something and then all of the blanket yarn just started pulling itself out, and I was like literally just done with a project and it's just stripping itself of all the fluff, and I looked at it and I 100% felt I will never be able to financially recover from this. It's like, Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. I think you're still learning knots in Boy Scout and putting them all together to reassemble something like a finished project. Yeah. Yeah. I saw somebody that was like, when you make a project and you remember that it's one string with a bunch of knots in it. He's terrifying. And so perfect. Good gracious. Oh my god, we've been in Belgium. Did you get Botox? Fun fact though, this is the green that I was supposed to use for the leaves, and I set it up with something else that I'm supposed to be making a video of, but I got a little burned out on trying to figure out how to record a bunch of 5-second clips to then put together. I'm like, this is not for me. Oh dear. I'm trying other people's styles to figure out what works. I hate it. So despite those being a good, they get the views, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. One bear that normally takes 2 hours, this has been sitting on my desk for a week. And getting just this far took like an hour. Because I was like, stop, we'll do a couple rows. Oh, this is where something different is going on. I'm putting in the eyeballs. Okay, let me set up my phone, push record, put in the eyeballs. Okay, stop record. That's not even including the edit time. So I might just finish it and then be like, whoops, I forgot to record the rest of it. Which is not entirely a lie. I love that these multicolored pens are exactly the size of a 6-stitch circle. It sounds way too tedious. It fucking is. I was literally watching like videos on how to, you know, essentially improve, because I'm at the point, I think I mentioned this before, I'm at the point where any improvement is going to be like an investment of time and learning, which I hate. So I was watching this thing, and that's what they were saying that they do, and they get, you know, good views and stuff, and it helped grow their channel in the early days. And I'm like, I don't know if, like, I want that growth. I want that. I don't want that time investment. Yuck. Yuck. Especially because it's all... The videos that I have found of people who run businesses and have gotten successful off, like, in art business, it's often stickers and drawing. Which, like, no shame to stickers and drawing people. It's amazing. Stickers are, like, my favorite thing in the world. But I'm finding out how poorly a lot of those techniques translate to this. But I'm also having a hard time finding crocheters with a big audience who have made videos about how they've gotten successful to help me figure out how to keep going. So I'm like, gosh, well, I found a hole in the market, get famous, make videos about how to get famous. Which sounds so conceited, but like, I would have loved if somebody told me, like, you know, how to do a lot of the stuff past just how to set up my booth for market. Like, those are useful, but like, they're useful twice until you find you actually just do it and find out there are no markets in your area, or C booths don't work because they're overcrowded. Like, so I literally have a note to myself that's like, if something works, figure out why. Make video on why. Share the why. Let's all grow together. So I'm like, I don't want anybody who wants to do this to have to figure out how to climb the mountain first. Yeah. The problem is, by the time I figure out anything, there'll be a whole new landscape of it. Internet goes so fast. So, right, like, I've come across one or two that were, like, genuinely helpful. Not for my specific area and situation, but they seemed like they were trying to be genuinely helpful. But yeah, a lot of them just are like, hey, look at what I sold. Or they'll say what they sold, but not how much they were charging. Like, I understand it's saying how much you charge for stuff is such a contentious issue. Especially in, like, a lot of older videos when you would get absolutely ripped to shreds for that. But that's what's necessary. Like, I'm not a financial advisor, but at this point I feel like I have enough of a, you know, loose grasp on things to be like, hey, you want to sell your stuff? Here's all the things that you have to remember before you get yourself in a hole and can't figure it out. Like, don't forget about all the overhead costs of a P.O. box, of, you know, your internet, of everything that goes into it. Not just, oh, people will pay $5 for this. If it costs too much to make it a giveaway item. If you love to make it, but it's expensive. If, you know, charge enough to help balance all of them out. Like, God, it's so hard. And, like, I don't want people to start running, feel good, and fall on their face because they forgot something. And showing how much they can make with it. The other two. Yeah. I fell into that a little bit when I was trying to make something with just dollar store supplies, because I know what a tight budget looks like. And I know that having a hobby where you can go to the dollar store, buy one skein of yarn, the hook, and whatever to make something is good. It's a good way to start out. And then you're not having, like, a big investment. But, like, my Rolly frog is technically a dollar store frog, but the eyes didn't come from the dollar store. The stuffing didn't. The hook did. Thankfully, my dollar store sells hooks. They don't anymore. Now it's only knitting needles. So that was interesting. But, like, not calling it a dollar store frog because it's not. I'll just call him Fuzzy Round Boy. Plus, it's the classic problem of, like, dollar store yarn is so much less that if you can get the couple extra bucks, just buy it at a craft store, because it's more expensive per yard if you buy it for $1. We're getting there. That looks weird. Excuse me. Aww. Elegant escaped. Boo. Boo. That specific fuzzy yarn, I can't find it similar at my craft store. Yeah. It's all thicker weight. Yeah, it is. Because Premier has to make a profit off of it anyway at $1.25. Yeah. And it has the issue where it strips itself less. I will never buy... I don't even remember what brand it was, but I know the feel of it. And if there's that stupid yarn I used for my Tutti Frutti Bear, never buying that again. It's so soft, it's so plush, but it just was horrible to work with. And then it, started falling all apart. So when I was selling it, there's a little girl who was super interested, and I had it listed at a high price, and it constantly bugged me because I'm like, I don't feel good about that. But then one of my friend's kid was like, oh, I want the bear. And I'm like, I will literally sell it to you for super cheap. If you, like, here's the deal. Like, this bear is likely to fall apart. So, here's the at cost price. And I feel better giving it to you. Because if it does fall apart, I'll just buy you a really nice present for your birthday. I just do a tester before I buy. Yeah, where you find the end and you pull on it. It's, like, kind of rude. But at the same time, like, I don't want to spend money on shit that's going to immediately just be stupid the second I get it home. Like, that's why all my stuff comes from thrift stores anymore. Because it's all just worsted weight acrylic stuff anyway. And then I don't feel bad about it. And if there's a skein or two in there that's covered in questionable salsa or some sort of stain, it's not usually a foul. Yeah, just enough to be like, if this is handled, will it come apart? If I can pull little tufts from this easy, nah. I think I got... Yeah, I bought a little mallard duck that's made with blanket stuff that seems really, really high quality. Yeah. Just the stress, your stress testing. I did not think about like how I'm gonna sew these lips on. I guess I'll just slowly loop it through and then loop it through. Oh yeah, because wait, accidental perfectness. We did back loop only on this yellow bit and then back loop only on this black bit, so we basically have two loops to, you know, out of vlogging material. I used to have a really cute little Christmas tree that was so perfect. And I loved it, but it was covered in flocking. Salem was trying to eat the flocking. So frustrating. So this is the back loop thing. Well, it also just poofs in better, but I didn't think about how having both of them on either side of it would work for it. Stop. For the octopus too. Oh. Part of me is real tempted because I want to make octopuses, because cows and octopuses were what I was asked about that I did not have. Something to add the legs to? Yeah. Sometimes I just hate it because it makes the stitch it's on loose. But I also overstuff my stuff, so. Just mud problems. But part of me is tempted to get that pattern that somebody made that's a octopus that like gives birth. You can stuff all the little baby octopuses up in it. Part of me wants to get that pattern and make it, and then just sell the little baby octopuses like separate. Octocow. So like Octodad, but he's a cow. Squid trying to be a cow. Dude, that'd be crazy. That's very tempting. You'd make an octopus with black and white spots. And then give it little ears and horns on its head. Oh, it kind of look like the Dumbo octopuses because they got the little tiny head fins. I love those guys. They're so cute. I think that's one of my bizarre beats is a Dumbo octopus. Whoopsies. Damn it. I waited too long to... Oh, that's what's going on. I waited too long to stuff it, and now it's, broke my pen! How did I break the pen? Is it cracked? Oh, it's cracked. Well, move over there. They're going on my list for sure. They're so cute! It's so... At first I was a little grossed out, because I saw it on a thread that was like... Literally, it was a pattern collection of shit that'll give birth. And somebody's made a cow, and that one was more realistic and less cartoony. Somebody made a semi-realistic pig. Somebody made a penis with the little sperm dudes. And then I saw the octopus, so I was already in like a headspace to be like, what? Somebody made what? But now that I'm adjusted to it, I'm like, it's so cute. It's so silly. It's so cute. Don't I have a bin for pen parts? I do. So we'll just probably put that in a pen part bin. And then as my other pens run out of ink and stuff, I'll just replace it with that one. Perfect. Turns inside into pork. What? That's terribly fantastic. I love it so much. I have a pattern I want to make for Oxy from it was a project she did called You're a Fur. But it's a platypus that turns into a pear. Why a platypus into a pear? I don't know. It was really cute. Pork chop and beef. That's so funny. I love the transforming stuff. I think the best one I ever made, that I don't know if I'll ever top because it's just too funny, although there's some really great ones these days, was a fish that would inside out into sushi. Because Perry the Platypus. I mean, it doesn't look anything like Perry, though. It looks like actual platypus, which is exciting, and not a Perry. It is pink. Do I just have him saved? Dipper. Dipper the Platypus Pear. From Projectarian. But yeah, I want to make it, and I want to make him look like that. That's the dude. But it could be. But I want to learn, I want to steel myself, so that I can make him fuzzy. But it's him mid-transformation is terrifying looking. Where'd my weeping bell go? There it is. But I want to make him actually like fuzzy and cute like that. But whew, I better have nothing else going on, because fur is a pain in the butt. And I got a long list of projects before then, so it just sits on my wish list. Of one day I'll just sit down and do this. Teddy bear is no joke, yeah. But he's so cute. So cute. So I'm gonna do it one day. But yeah, it'll be a clear the schedule, have nothing else planned day. Oh, which reminds me, I was gonna put, before I forget, Skate 3 release date. I know you're gonna, yeah, release date. I know it's like half out, but that's not real out. August, just August. Because when that comes out, I'm not doing anything except for playing Baldur's Gate. Makes me with the internet. Yeah. Yeah, you can, and it gives like such good different textures when you... Nope. Just a car, not the mailman. It can make stuff look more realistic when you do that, like giving the leaf like this texture versus puffy texture for fluffy stuff. You know, it's so cool. But yeah, after seeing the millipede or whatever that they made, I was like, okay, well, let me look at all their other patterns. I got a doorbell and it keeps telling me every time a car goes by. I gotta fix it. Motion in the yard. That's not my yard. That's the street. I told my D&D group I'd reserve June 10th for him. It's the only weekend. I'm not doing anything in June. And so I messaged him this morning and I was like, so, we still playing? Would 10 still work? Apparently there's the Comic-Con for my city going on that weekend, as well as a Pride Parade going on that day, and something else as well. So it's like, alright, not playing in June. Got it. You doing this Sleepy Pokemon set? Those are so cute. Also on my list. I'm so excited to see them. I'm so excited. They're so cute. I'm like periodically checking because I don't want to make it too big. Only a couple more rows. So that would suck. Halfway to next time I'm replacing. Yeah. Replace them. Keep them. Treasure them. If it got like a lot, there's like a lot in that collection too, isn't it? It's not just like just the Eevees and Pikachu. Maybe the first name. Aww! Cute. That's so precious. And then you get to see how much you've improved. She's got a ton, but not everything has patterns. Yeah, so you're just doing the pattern ones. I think your Snorlax does. Nice. Oh, that is sad. I hope she eventually, like, gets all the patterns. That would be great. Can I have a bundle of just all of them? Hot potatoes, Oxy. Oh, you'd be so fuzzy and cute. Yes. Let's do one more row, I think. Oh, I've seen those. Yeah. They're just a darling. Oh, I should. Whatever. I love how well, like, all of the felting comes out. Like their eyeballs, the little ears. So precious. So precious. This is the reason I got into needle felting. Yeah, I see why. I see why. Now it's tedious making sure it's stuffed appropriately. Bellsprout into a flower pot the other day. And that's how babies are made. I'm sorry, that was gross. I like the idea, though. Put a little Bellsprout just in a little flower pot. Bonus points if you can pull him out and he has his weird feet. I was never freaked out by any of the Pokemon, even the ones that are, like, meant to be creepy. Like, when you see Ghastly before you have the Slith Scope or whatever. Never really creeped me out, but fucking Bellsprout's feet, man. Do not like. Why? Why they gotta be roots? I know why, but like, ugh. Or did you just skirt like those tall flowers? Yeah. Like little, Blossom. I love Blossom. So cute. Okay. Well, we'll do it this way, yeah. Then we can do it like this. I don't know. It's funny. It's a little dumb, a little funny. It's a lip whip. I'm hating how this is sewing together. But this is what I get for doing a foundationless chain start. Because I had a feeling it was going to look a little weird. Because when you do the foundationless start, it always looks just a little weird. It's just different enough, but no. I was like, I don't want to sew to the back of a chain, which, to be fair, would also be weird, but in a different way. Lip balm case? Yes, that would be fun. Could you imagine if you drawstringed it so that, like, you know, on and look more like a butthole? I need to stop. Kissy lips to duck lips. Man, that duck lip phase was so bad. Why did we ever do that? I say we. I don't think I ever was making duck lip faces, really. But, what a weird phase. What a weird trend that happened. I know somebody that was on, well, I don't know them, but I saw somebody that was on Ink Master to get a tattoo cover-up that was a duck lips tattoo. I think it said something like duck lips or die. It was a little selfie. It was horrible. Like, who does that? Who gets a tattoo like that? Yeah, alright. Right? Right? Like, all my weird phases were half caught on camera. But, none of them were too bad. I did see somebody post something that was absolutely hilarious. They said something like, just because it's a phase doesn't mean it's not important. The moon has phases and we set our life to it or something on some like witchy group. It's like, oh my god. Guys. I will gladly harass teenagers for all of their weird choices. But also they can harass me back. It's a team effort. Okay, let's figure out how to best... Oh dear. Sew this on. I'm thinking something like this. Ooh, but that doesn't roll it right. What will if I do this? Heck! Right? I was like, yeah, we all had weird phases. We did weird stuff, but it, as embarrassing as it was, it kind of made us, like, you know, it's a part of who we are. I am more myself because of my weird emo phase. I will always listen to my weird emo music. That's just who I am. Did I ever dye my hair? Not while I was in school. But guess what one of my favorite things to do was for a long time? Dye my hair. Okay, this is going to be way more tedious and obnoxious than I thought. So, I saw something the other day. Have you ever seen that movie Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron or whatever? When Spirit's on the train and he's looking out the window, depressed as all heck, there's a piano playing in the background. And it is the same 4 notes as the beginning of Welcome to the Black Parade. But the real killer is that Stallion came out in 2002. The Black Parade was released in 2006. So I have the headcanon that I think is absolutely funny. And that's that whoever like wrote the melody for that just really likes Spirit. And it works perfectly because it is such a good melancholic little bit piano. But whew. I think it's Hans Zimmer that wrote the Spirit soundtrack, at least. I mean, samples happen. Yeah, samples happen. Feels like it'd be a good bumper sticker. But yeah, I saw that. It gave me such a giggle. And now I just gotta go rewatch Spirit, because I feel like it was a weird movie. Like, it made people who weren't horse people briefly horse people until they encountered a real life horse and went, wow, this is nothing like my movie. Yeah, real horses are a little bit meaner. And not as cute, wholesome fun. Okay, I may have cut the string too big, but I was too afraid. Hidalgo made me more of a horse player. Hidalgo's great. Hidalgo is great. I grew up with horses. I was never a horse person. That's not true. I did like them. But I was never a horse girl in the crazy sense. That's for sure. But I tell you what, you grow up where somebody goes, hey, go clean out the horse stalls. You'll question how much you like horses if you have to clean up their poop. That's true for most animals. Top 10 friendship goals? For real? Punch stuff. I was just watching this morning a movie review of... I've never heard of this movie, which happens, because I think it's primarily... I don't think it's Bollywood, but it is like an Indian movie. called RRR. And I don't even have words to explain, except it's got the best bro friendship in it that I have ever seen on cinema. Like, it's just a wild movie, like, you know, traditional Bollywood dancing sequences that almost make sense in it. Like, it was just weird. And everything was turned up to, like, 12. Like, oh, we gonna save a kid from under a burning bridge? Well, let's do it by, you know, I on my bike, you on your horse. We'll run opposite ways tied together so that we can swing under the bridge to save this. Like, it was... I want to go, like, watch it, because I was like, this is insane. But they looked like the best bros. It's like, that's what friendship needs to be. Nonverbal communication on how to save a kid. Sounds pretty Bollywood. Yeah. It just, I always think of Bollywood as, like, more dancey than this was. Like, there is a, you know, musical dance sequence because there has to be, right? But apparently they were filming for, like, 2 years or something before it. Like, that was crazy. But yeah, lots of... I think there's one part where one guy throws a tiger at the another guy. Yeah. Yeah. It's coming together, okay? Very tedious, but worth it. Kung Fu Hustle territory? Yeah. The friends end up on either side of India's colonization hot mess. Man, what a time. But there's one friend on either side of it, and they, like, fight each other about it. But it's very, like, superhero over the toppy, but Kung Fu Hustle kind of cinematography. Like, one guy kicks another guy into a fountain, the fountain breaks, and he grabs the hose and, like, starts spraying the guy. It's absolutely wild. But they set up throughout the whole movie that, like, one is fire, one is water, and so it fits in. But it's just... it's extremely extravagant in all of the ways I didn't know I would want a movie to be. Kung Fu Hustle is a great weird movie. It gets steamy. Hey, the directors and writers have said they're just friends. That it's not... it's... as much as it could very well be, it's not a gay-coded movie. Because they chose, naturally, the prettiest actors I have ever seen. Like, just such pretty boys. This is really obnoxious, but, like, it's working. I have never seen Brokeback Mountain. I don't really have any context for it past the gay cowboy movie. I think the best part is that You do that every day. I've only seen it in clip form. I feel like there's a lot of movies that at this point I've like not seen but seen because of internet gifs and memes and stuff. Yeah, this is working. I'm so scared that I'm gonna like get to the end and it's not gonna fit right. Like I'm just gonna have a little, you know? Which I realize I'm showing this whole thing off camera so I can like look at it really close. Sorry about that. I want you to be entertained. Ah, shit. It's literally what I've been trying to avoid. I'm having so much fun. This is the best day ever. I have such mixed feelings about sewing. Like, on one hand, it's just pretty easy and repetitive. Oops. But on the other hand, like, I don't use pins, so shit gets misaligned fairly often. And, like, the short needles don't have big yarn eyes, which is, like, kind of what I need for something like this, because his mouth is only so short. No. Thank you. I'm so glad I found out how to crochet along the edges, because I just people pulling all your hair out? Yeah, I bet. He seems like a tough one. Because I'm about to lose my mind doing this. I'm just so worried I'll get to the end and it won't match up. But like I keep, because yeah, it's starting to do it. So I might have to skip a stitch to get it to poof out better. I should have just not 18 pieces. Oh god. I should have just not sewn this closed until the end, and then I could have undone it if it ended up not fitting right. That is absolutely a choice that I could have made. Damn it! Okay, well, first off, let's cut this shorter. Look, sometimes I make choices. Okay, well, now that end is disgusting. I had to put it down anyway. Accidentally opened my start menu. Hey, as long as we eventually, like, learn from the choices, it's okay. Outside. From the outside. To the inside. Something, something, God bless America. Also, I put the wire in here and now I keep smooshing it as I brace. Spray, sweep, and build against the desk and or myself. Yeah, this is going to get real tedious right here at the end where there's just not much, like, working space anymore. That's okay. It's not too bad. His lips don't quite roll out the way I was trying to get it, because I was trying to get it like that, but by sewing it, it's smushing it. In. That's a weird noise. It's a car! Gosh dang it. He's just due for another Botox. And my Botox appointment scheduled on Thursday. I just have to last out a little longer. I get ads for Botox these days. And they're always so weird. Because they're trying to, like, reach a bigger demographic since, like, since surgeries in that way aren't quite as positively looked upon as they once might have been. I say might have been, because I don't think they were ever, like, truly positively looked on. But they're trying to spin it as just enhancing what you naturally have, which is kind of true. But, like, it's just so weird. Like, wow, look at this interesting marketing technique going on. There we go. That's back on track. Looking like it should. And the only thing that scares me about, like, lip injections of any kind for people are, like, if you get, not fake ones, but, like, ones not FDA approved, you run the risk, and I don't know if all of them do this, but, like, I've seen it on, like, the botched shows and stuff, of the injections essentially being, like, rubber cement and migrating, so they'll just clump up weird. Like, that sounds more horrible than absolutely anything. Like, woo. No, don't set him down. You're gonna squish his little hair. Unless it's a piercing. Yeah, piercing migrating just means it's falling out of your face. Which I will look at and laugh at a little bit, because especially eyebrow piercings, because your brows will reject them pretty quick. And so if you have one that's, like, literally hanging on by the tiniest bit of skin, like, just take it out. You look stupid. Like, come on. It's time to say goodbye. Piercing's trying to leave. Just say thank you for your time and let it go. Which sounds a little mean, but I say it as somebody who had a piercing in my ear that rejected me. It was like, no, I don't want to be here. It didn't migrate out. It was just constantly infected, no matter what I did. It hurt so, like, in an annoying way. Like, not bad, but, like, in an inconvenient way. Like, just that low hurt all the time. Wait, this one says person in my yard. It's the mailman! I'm gonna go grab my bag. Enjoy the googly eye. Staring into my soul. Oh, whew. God! My bank scared the ever-living crap out of me. So we just paid off my car. Woo! And I get a letter from the bank that had the car loan. And the outside of the letter looked like this. Important documents. Vehicle-related materials enclosed. Way to scare the ever-living crap out of me. Like, excuse me. And then it's just a letter that's like, congrats, your vehicle is paid in full. Like, way to scare me, guys. Cyclops Weeping Bell is a cryptid I didn't know I needed. Oh, Dragonair! I don't think I have one. I do not. Whatever. Yeah, I'm like, I know why you guys do it, but like, come on, man. Yay! We got cables! We got blade! We got the cassette thingy! I hope this blade works. It should. It was the part they had listed. And some markers. It was the part they had listed, but it said something different on the Cameo 123. Yeah, it should work. It just said something like adjustable blade in the manual that I have. And then it just says blade 4 and then lists the machine on their website. So I'm like, it should work. It looks like the ones in a tutorial that I watched. But we'll figure that out later. Boo! Dragonair, come back. You're so pretty. Crying indeed. Poor Isaac. That game is so weird. Oh wait, I have one. That's funny. You don't even know what you got in your pockets. And 3 Machamps, the fuck? Hey, you're saving them for the day it says Wonder Trade, you know, a bunch of strong types. What? What type is that? What? Strong type isn't a type. What am I thinking of? Does anybody know? I don't know. It's not ground. It's fighting? Fighting. There we go. It's like I literally just went through all of my Pokemon cards and sorted them by type. Yeah. Fighting. I just had a moment. Because I was pseudo... I don't know why I decided to do it. I think I saw somebody else do it and went, ooh, I want that. But I made a sort of tarot deck with all the Pokemon cards I had. Not an Oracle deck, because I've matched them to tarot suits and stuff. But, I feel like a crazy person now. Mostly because it took so long, and I was like, oh, this Pokemon card would be perfect for it. Oh, wait, that's not a card I have. Is Grass Wonder Trade this week? Yeah, I saw. I checked it. Because I was like, do I have to miss? Do I have to use gray balls? What's the shtick of it now? Which I should have done to start a stream, so that I could do one at the end of stream, and it would be the couple hours apart or whatever that Wonder Trade makes you wait. With the alligator dude, he's cool. Okay, yeah, the only bits left we got on him are the green, and the only green yarn I have, I think, is that one. Yeah, I have others, but they're not the right. They're not what I want. Like, the rest of his colors are so perfect. I have to use this yarn. No matter how I do this, it's going to be a pain in the butt. So he's got 3 spots on his... Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. It's just going to yank around and get all kinds of tangled. So we're just going to pull out a bunch of yarn and cut it. Almost everything goes up. Yeah, I have a lot of weird, like, dark green. I mean, you can kind of tell up there. Those are all greens, but they're such a weird dark. I literally don't know whatever I would use those for. But I'm sure there's something. It got a lot of blues. Got a lot of blues. It's funny how we end up with some certain shades. So we're going to try something. I'm going to see. About just making a spot in a this way kind of manner. For factory-sized skeins of Kelly green? Holy heck. Get out of here! Thank you. That's impressive. I'm sitting on a dowel. A towel. Hey, those things are big. That's like, you have to do something like that. There's no way you could just, like, have it otherwise. So you got one here. And I gotta keep making sure I'm not pulling too hard and running out of it should be 2. It's a pretty big. Every single picture of these has his 3 spots in slightly different areas. That's funny. Just to kind of try something yarn, right? So you're not using, like, your good yarn. Okay, maybe sewing on a single 6, you know, crochet 6 spot would have been easier. But at this point, I'm invested in this nonsense that I have decided to do. This is ridiculous. Hey, I'll hydrate with my big old cup. Which, since I have decided. Put a little mud. Put a little mud sticker on it. Come. Can't lie, a part of me is worried that I'm going to plug this machine in and it's not going to turn on for some reason. That would suck. It would suck. It would suck and like I wouldn't know what to do about it. Spend the rest of forever trying to figure out how to troubleshoot it. Become engineer to fix Cuddy machine. Okay, well, we think it was little spots. That one's not quite a spot, but I think it works. Very spotty. I've spotted it! A weeping bell! So I'll tie this. Like this. Ow. We will slightly injure ourselves. My hands got dry and my cuticles started peeling. Doing that lifty thing. And now they snag on everything. It is absolutely terrible. Terrible, I tell you. Terrible. Ah! Guitar string twang in my fingers? What? He's perfect. Good lord. Ditto! Boy, that could be just about anything. Good gracious. Where did I don't know where I typed that. One Pokemon to choose them all. One, two, three, four, five. 6 would have been better. And then we did his lips. Chain 6. How many rows was this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, about 42 rows. Leaves. I got it! Oof. Cracked my back. Yeah. Gee, I don't know why my house ends up so messy. They really do. Absolutely all over the place. So, let's see. Should we... Yeah. This one just has felt leaves. This one starts at the other end. I'm trying to decide which end of the leaf to start on. I think the bottom of it, where it's widest, and then it goes whoop. I think like that. Because decreasing will look better when it's intermediate to give it the small point versus just all at once to get it back down and around. This is going to be a little bit hard. Five, 6. And then Increase. I think I just got a text message from the tracking thing. This is my package is delivered. I bet that's what that just was. Oh, no. It's Pikmin. Trying to promote their free gifts in the shop. And you know what? They need to leave me alone. Puppies all have little booties. Booties. Little booties are the best. Dang indeed. I'm sure there'll be another one that comes around eventually. Hmm. Hmm. It's 18. 4? Forgot my... Oh no, there is a calculator button on this. I can't find my calculator. 18 minus 4 is... Yeah. Three. Two. 3. No. That doesn't work.